All right, well, here we go. Starting off a new year, 2020, with newfounded rust issues. Look at that guy right there. Started taking the windshield out of this thing probably, I don't know, a week ago. And I gotta say, the Harbor Freight windshield removal tool is just absolute crap. That thing just broke within minutes of using it. So I threw it out naturally, and let me show you what I ended up having to do. I ended up just taking this chisel here with it's got a steel back on it, had a steel back on it. I've destroyed it since then, and my dead blow. Gave her a couple of bops there, and just went all the way around until I got that glass to pop loose. Now, it broke quite a bit of the glass, I will have to say, but it was already cracked anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me very much. Got a lot of small rust issues that I'm having to patch up on this car. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Probably just, I got some extra sheet metal from the floorboards. I'll probably just cut that out and just do a little patch job in there and fiberglass over it, and then just paint that whole cowl there. Be done with that. Got a couple little pinholes here. Find a little plug that I can put in back there and weld it. The floors are done. They look good. About as good as I can make them. Not an expert or anything, but they're miles better than what they were when I got the car. So that's all I can ask for. I'm not gonna stick my foot through the floor and be a Fred Flintstone anymore. So I guess that's good enough for me. I'm not trying to make this car a showpiece or anything. I'm just wanting to have fun with it and drive it, and it's the perfect catalog car to do that with. You can buy just about every piece for this car online or in a catalog. The dash, obviously, you can see is, it's pretty bad shape. Cracks everywhere. There's a bunch of stuff up in that area there that needs to be taken care of. However, I do have a brand new dash sitting on the floor, ready to go in. When I got the car, the water pump had blown a seal and was dumping coolant everywhere, mainly because the thermostat was frozen shut. So, it just built up too much pressure. It had a stuck valve. It actually pulled the press fit stud up out of the head, and the push rod was trying to push its way through the valve cover. So, took it all apart, unstuck the valve, which took quite a bit of effort, pulled the press fit stud out, and tapped some threads in it and put a new one in, put a new screw in stud in. Gave it all a valve adjustment. Seems to be running fine now. Went ahead and took out, the old intake and all that stuff is gone. Valve covers obviously got a new Edelbrock carburetor. It's up underneath there somewhere. You probably can't see it, but yes, that is Ford blue. I did that because my brother is actually a Mustang guy and I'm more of a Camaro guy, so I did that just to kind of, poke at him and tease him, just because, I don't know, it was fun. Put headers on, new distributor, HEI distributor. I gotta get to work on this master cylinder brake booster. It's in pretty bad shape. I put a new clutch for the fan in there, new belts, new hoses, just basic stuff, that's been neglected. The radiator had a couple of leaks in it, so went with an aluminum radiator. And naturally, as you would expect old cars to be, the gas tank was rusted out, so I did go ahead and change out the gas tank, put a new one in. And that's about all I've done so far. take the back glass out of it already and kind of dressed that up and resealed it, primered it where I could and things like that. Of course, the back glass, now it was just sitting on there. It wasn't even sealed in, so there wasn't much effort to that. I literally just pulled it off or pulled it out and cleaned up the old weather stripping. You know, here's the glass sitting on my workbench, so it will go back in eventually. But yeah, man, it's a pretty straight car. I mean, there's only just like one or two little dents that I could find in it. It's a one owner car. Got it off a guy in Texas and brought it back home to Arkansas here, and you know, it's the true rally sport. So it's got the 350 Chevy with a 350 turbo. The only thing different from this car and a Z28 is just, I believe, just the rear end. The rear end gears are a little bit different in the Z28. It's an automatic car, as you can see there, automatic. It's got low miles on it. The guy that I bought it off of, his dad, his dad bought it brand new with the YJ8 rim option there. And I did in fact find 3 build sheets on it. One behind the back seat when I pulled it out, one underneath the gas tank, and one underneath the driver's seat. The only one that was salvageable was the one that was behind the back seat, was the only salvageable one. So I did pull it out and verified the guy, the previous owner's story from, you know, where his dad bought it from, and sure enough, it was the dealership that he said it was, and so just a lot of work to bring her back and get her on the road. So, you know, there is actually, as you can see here, I've kind of been just playing a little bit, but there is actually some blue paint left underneath that oxidized silver. So got a few spots to patch up, a little dent there, a few little rust holes to patch up on. A lot of it's just mainly cosmetic stuff, so you know, it is the true rally sport. The tail lights obviously need work. I'll kind of try to keep videos going here the best I can. Need to get a better camera other than just my phone, and you know, work on my movements too, so I don't make everybody sick out there when they're trying to watch this. But you know, I will take all this engine out and rebuild it, and I'm not going to do anything too crazy with it, just maybe a small cam, and you know, just kind of beef it up a little bit. But I want it to be a nice driver that I can get in and not have to worry about working on all the time. I just want it to be a good solid runner and get in, have some fun, you know, do a few burnouts here and there, just play around with it a little bit. So we'll see how it goes. There's still a lot of, you know, quite a bit of stuff to fix up on it and make look pretty. It does need weather stripping. I do need to, you know, get it sealed up, keep this thing from leaking so bad. My gosh, it just, you know, the water is, you can see there, I mean, the water is just destroying this car. So got to get a handle on that for sure. Anyways, that'll do it for right now. I've got to get this dashboard out and start taking care of that. I think I've got a little rust hole on the firewall down there that I need to patch up. I'll check that out when I get into it and see how bad that is. Get that all taken care of, get some undercoating put in there, and officially have the floors to a satisfactory condition. At least, you know, as satisfied as I'm gonna be with it. I'm not really too detailed on things. You know, I just want it to be a nice car, so just something I can get in and motor around. But anyways, that'll do it.